Hey everyone, just getting home. I was asked today, how do I know if my tree needs to be removed? So I figured I was going to answer that question. I think in order to know if your tree needs to be removed or not, it's pretty hard to know unless you know a lot about trees. But just some sort of good rules of thumb is, if you see that the tree is totally brown, leaves or needles, and it's, say, you know, late spring, summer, early fall, it's likely the tree is dying or dead. So that would be a good indicator. If you don't have that, if you don't have all the leaves being dead or brown, then it's probably not dead. If there's still green on it, rule of thumb is it's probably still alive. I've even seen trees that are completely defoliated that are still alive. So another way to check that is by checking the cambium waiver. If you can find a small branch somewhere out towards the ends and scrape just under the surface of the bark. If you see green in there, that means there's still some cambial flow, so it's likely still alive. These are good indications of whether or not it's alive or not. But the other thing is, past failures. So if you got a lot of recent past failures, that might be another indication. If you see that the tree is not repairing from wounds, normally trees, when they get a wound, they'll sort of repair over top of it. If you see like past wounds and there's no new growth around the outside, that would be an indication that it's not responding. In those cases, I'd probably call someone that's more of an expert in this subject, so they can properly assess it. Not to shoot myself in the foot, but it's best to call in like a consulting arborist that doesn't do any tree work or has no axe to grind, as they say, because he's going to give an unbiased opinion. Unless he's got some deal with a tree company where he's getting paid to refer them, which, if that's the case, that's not good either. But, a consultant is typically going to have no vested interest whether you keep the tree or not. So it's a good person to start with if you have that question. I guess if you look around or ask your friends and neighbors or look for reviews online, if you can somehow filter through the online, the marketing and sales fluff, and you can discern that the company is generally honest, lots of reviews where they say, they didn't need anything, that's probably a company you should look at for giving advice in the case that you can't find a consulting arborist or you don't want to pay for one. Anyway, these are some of the things that I think keep in mind when deciding whether or not to remove your tree.